This is Frank Islam, Chairman and CEO of FY Investment Group and your host of Washington Current Review, where we interview leading voices from business, politics, and other areas to impact you to the viewer. Today, our guest is Abla Doku. Abla, nice to meet you, and thank you for coming to the show.
It's a delight to be here.
Oh, good. You're delighted.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your journey from Ghana to America, your story, your sacrifices, and why did you come to our shores to realize the American dream?
Thank you for very much for that question. I came here because of my husband, who also happens to be my biggest cheerleader. I learned the art of business and the nuances of it from my mother, who had several businesses when I was growing up. And after 7 years of raising our children, I had the decision to make as to going back to work or starting my own business. And I made the decision to start my own enterprise.
So you want to explore the new horizon, right?
Absolutely.
And far horizons.
Definitely.
And also experiment the new environment and become an entrepreneur.
You bet.
Do you think entrepreneurs are made or born?
I think mostly, I would say it's a combination of the two.
Combination of both.
Yes. And I say that because some people have an inherent need or desire to be their own businessman or woman. And the things that you learned as you grow up or as you get your education also propels you towards that path. Some may never want to be their own business person. They just want to work for others, which is fine. But then there are others who cannot see themselves working for others, but to work for themselves.
Okay. So you're publisher of this magazine, which I want audience to see it. It's a beautiful magazine. It has something to do with the bridal magazine, correct?
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about this magazine, where this idea came from, where is it published, when was the first publication, and how is the circulation?
That's a lot of questions, so I'll attempt the first one. So this magazine came about sometime last year after hosting several trade shows. We did a survey and found out that the attendees would like to get magazines in their hands instead of sheets of paper and postcards, because those they toss away. But with the magazine, we all have and love the touch.
Do you have a digital copy as well?
We do have a digital copy as well, but they prefer the print copy because it helps them take their eyes off of the screen, something that they can relax with in a couch and flip through and read. And so that's how it came about.
So that's to read, write, and reflect.
Absolutely.
So explain to me, this is geared towards, obviously the front page is someone probably African descent.
Yes,
so this is a gear for the people of African descent, and the gears for all Americans.
It's actually all Americans. It just happens that this particular issue happens to have an African lady on the cover. The next issue actually has an Indian girl on the cover, and I believe she was the Miss DC 2 years ago.
So you're publisher of this magazine. My question to you, and you focus on brides.
Yes.
How do you sustain your business?
The bridal industry is actually a very, very large
and competitive
niche and competitive. But the truth is, people are always getting married. And
so who pays for this publication?
So
where do you get the people who advertise?
Primarily, these are business owners who are photographers. They are videographers, they are caterers, they are florists. So all the vendors who serve the bridal community, this is a place that they can be found.
And is this the unique? Is anybody, you have a competition in terms of the bridal magazine?
Of course, just like anything else, you always have competition. It comes down to the quality of what you're producing, what you are publishing, what information you have in it. And as the publisher, what I try to do is to bring tips and insight from professionals instead of just having a whole bunch of ads in the magazine. It's predominantly information that can actually help the brides prepare for their wedding. Absolutely.
So let us suppose I was married a long time ago.
Okay.
I want to get married. I'm one of your bridal candidates to be on this cover of this magazine.
Okay.
How do you go about telling me that I should be on the magazine? What will be your pitch and selling points?
So you as a groom, a bride, and why?
Well, I'm first of all, I would say I'm a bride, not a groom.
Okay. So
unfortunately, I am a groom. I'm a male, but I just for a moment, let's suppose that.
Okay. So you are a bride, and I want to convince you to get this magazine, to buy this magazine.
And not only advertise it, and also be on the cover page.
Oh, to be on the cover. That one you have to get in line.
You have to get in line. A lot of people lined up?
A lot of people are lined up, very excited about the magazine, want to be on the cover. There are several models in the DMV area, as you know, and everyone would like to have their face seen because it elevates their profile. And so that is not an issue at all, but anyone can pitch to us. We ask models to send in their photographs, including their measurements and everything else. And we go through the process of selecting who we think will be ideal for that particular issue.
You say model.
Models.
What about somebody who just are not a model, but wants to be on the cover page?
You know, you don't have to be a model. Yeah. You can send your information, and we will take a look at it. We will consider it. And if we think you're the right person, absolutely, we'll be on the cover.
So obviously, what's your circulation? How many people buy this?
Right now, we are circulating about 3,000 to 8,000.
And this is in the Mid-Atlantic area, or just the?
Primarily the DMV area. We are in the works of actually having copies in Florida and also in Texas. And we plan to push that sometime this year.
So, are you making money?
Absolutely.
Making profit?
I'm a businesswoman, ultimately.
So you always look at the bottom line?
It has to be, because otherwise, why the work? Yes, I do want to help the bridal community, but at the end of the day, I chose to go into business so that I should be able to sustain myself as well.
Well, not only sustain, but also grow.
Absolutely.
And also make money.
You bet.
So in addition to being a publisher of this wonderful magazine, you're also advisor to the business community. Tell us a little bit about your experience and what exactly do you do?
So when it comes to business owners and executives, what I do is that most people know me to be someone who is thoughtful, someone who is caring, and it makes it easy for me to relate to people and also helps me to be empathetic. However, I have a no-nonsense, cut-to-the-chase personality, and that serves me well in serving business owners and executives. So it's not my job to go in and cuddle that person. It's not my job to say what they want to hear. My responsibility is to tell them exactly what they need to hear so that they can make the right decisions for their business. And I'm generally a third party who is looking in without any biases.
Okay, so I'm a business owner and you want to make a pitch. Tell me what's your pitch.
Being at the top is not an easy place to be. And finding someone who you can trust to give you the truth is not always easy. I am the person who can come in, you can talk to me, I will listen to whatever is going on, and I'm able to give you an unbiased opinion as to what needs to be done. Okay,
so my business is not growing very well, and I have a difficulty and challenges and some obstacle in growing my business. What do I do?
Well, several things. It really depends on what the challenges are. If it comes to resources, no one has a lot of money sitting around that they don't know what to do. One of the things that I believe in and has helped me in my business is that you actually do not need to have cash sitting around to be able to grow your business. You can collaborate with other people, you can work with others, and tap into resources and services that they have, and you can actually trade and be able to get what you want. They also get what they want.
As you probably do not know, I'm a strong advocate of women empowerment.
Awesome.
I strongly believe that we are not exploited their fullest potential. They must be active participant in building the future for not only for America, but all over the world. The speech that I'm going to give, and the people who were here not too long ago, 5 minutes ago,
yes.
talked about the Republic, India's Republic Day speech, which is which I will be a keynote speaker, is about the woman empowerment. So my question to you is, why is it important, woman empowerment? What can you do to ensure that women have equal chance, not only empowering them by education, but empowering them with entrepreneurship as well?
So one of the things that I do is that I mentor several young women who have started their own businesses.
So they can be successful in their business.
Absolutely, because a lot of times, as I mentioned earlier, being at the top is not easy. And then when you're starting out, that's even more challenging because you do not have the experiences that goes along with it. And so I come alongside these young women who have started their own businesses, and I walk along with them, sharing my experiences, which means that they are going to be more successful because they're not going to make the mistakes that I've made, and they can take the things that I know and work with that so that they can be more successful.
So you do three things: educate and empower women to become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Provide them, if necessary, adequate financial resources to start the business, and
yes.
also empower them so that for mentoring, so they can learn the business. So the business is not really the book learning; it's also having the on-hand experience and abilities and experience in order for them to start and grow and be successful in business. Correct?
Yes. So it's hands-on, it's
and
practical.
That's the experience you have that you offer.
Absolutely, because a lot of times things that we learn in the classroom do not necessarily translate to the business world. In this case, I'm in it myself. I've learned a lot, and I'm still learning, and I can share that with them, and it does help them grow faster than they would have on their own, because otherwise they would have had to make all those mistakes that I have made and others have made in order to learn.
So you do have what you call lessons learned experience.
Yes.
That you can pass on to the people who wants to start their
Absolutely.
business.
And the other thing that I also do to empower women is that I used to work in the nonprofit world, and I know how challenging that can be. And so because I'm focused on women, we select women-focused nonprofits, and I host what I call networking mixers for a cause. And what we do is that every proceed that comes out of those mixers goes to that nonprofit, and hence empowering them to fulfill their dream, to fulfill their mission.
And determine their own destiny.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about the fact that you're writing a book. What is this book is about?
So the book is, thank you for asking about that. It's about my life experiences. It's about my experiences as a businesswoman. And the nuances, the art of it. I believe it's an art.
It's an art of what?
An art of producing and sharing and making into reality the dreams that you have for that business to grow.
You want to be a beacon of hope and aspirations and dream and explore the new frontier and the new horizons?
I would love to. That's my dream.
Is that your dream?
That's my dream.
So President Kennedy wrote a book, A Nation of Immigrants, in 1958. That's what he said. He observed in his book, said the immigrants are the hope of tomorrow. They're the future of America. Right? I
agree with him. I believe that's the case.
President Kennedy inspires all of us to serve our country, to be a difference maker. That's what you believe in it.
I do believe in that.
So tell me a little bit about what your aspirations are. And you talk about the book. So the book is not being published. It's not published yet. It's still a work in progress.
It's still a work in progress, and I'm still working on the title. So yes, it's still very much in progress. But my dream and hope is I'm working towards it to be done by the summer, no later than the fall, for sure.
You have a publisher?
I'm planning on self-publishing.
Yeah, which is what I did with my book.
Yes.
The two books I wrote. renewing the American dream and working the pivot point to move America forward.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So those are our self-publishing.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to get a copy of this bridal magazine, how would they get a copy of this magazine?
So we actually have a multi approach to distribution.
Multi-approach?
Yes, we do.
It's a multifaceted approach.
Absolutely. We do have copies in Balducci.
So you can get it free?
You can get it for free. You can also go online and we'll mail you a copy. We distribute.
And how the people will get in touch with you so they can mail them?
You can go to the abridalmagazine.com.
Okay. abridalmagazine.com.
The abridalmagazine.com, and on the abridalmagazine.com there's the option to actually click and select a copy to be mailed to you.
So I have two questions for you. What's the advice do you have for the people, for the woman especially, to be an entrepreneurs? And what advice do you have for them in order for them to exploit their fullest potential and also be empowered?
Just go for it.
Just go for it.
Just go for it. If you have a dream, you have aspirations, until you start, you're not going to know if you're going to succeed or fail.
So the first thing is start the business, take the risk.
Just take the risk.
Well, the most important thing for them to get a good education.
I agree. I agree that education is important. And with that education, the things that you have learned, you can incorporate some of those into your business. However, that should not stop anyone. My mother did not have much education, but she was a very successful businesswoman.
What did she do?
She was someone who designed clothing. She had a business where she sold things.
She made some money.
She made a lot of money.
She
made good money. She was successful. And what I learned is that when just like relationships or just like personal relationships, it comes down to trust. It comes down to people believing in you. If you believe in what you're doing, if you believe in yourself, and if you are solving a problem, you are already there. Because people do need what you have to give to them. People need that service, they need that product. So you don't have to talk a whole lot because the product is going to sell itself. But that's not enough because people want to do business with people that they can actually trust, people that they like.
Okay.
And so it's important that that relationship, you're able to build the relationship in order to get your business going.
So I heard three things. Get a good education, exploit your potential, be the best you can be.
Yes.
I also heard you say, take a risk and give it a shot. And the last thing you also say, build a relationship, right?
Yes.
What about when you're successful, help other people to succeed? And also be philanthropist when you're very successful. Like President Kennedy said, to whom much is given, much is expected.
You know, I'm a Christian. And that sounds like something that's actually in Scripture. And give, and it shall be given to you, to those that many has been given, more be expected. And so, and I believe in paying it forward. What's the point of hoarding everything that you have? At the end of the day, we can't take them with us anyway.
That's true.
So why don't we make the world a better place for our children and their children? And so if I know something and I do not share, if I die tomorrow, it goes with me. So that's my philosophy, is that anything that I know, it's important that I impact that to the next generation. It doesn't matter who it is. And it can carry on because I'm able to share that information. I'm able to share that knowledge.
So
I'm able to share that insight.
Sharing, and caring.
Absolutely, I am.
And I also heard you say that aim high, work hard, and pursue your dream.
You
Just
should.
like you were able to attain and achieve your dream.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But you sacrifice, you struggle. It didn't come to you easy.
No, nothing in life is easy, right? If you look at life in general, if it was easy, everyone would be doing. That's the truth. But because it's not easy, most people want to just shy away from it. But with that risk, there's no reward. If you look at the farmer, until he digs that hole, puts a seed in it, he's not going to get any fruits. He's not going to get anything.
That's a good analogy.
But when he plants just one single seed, he can reap many, many fruits. He can reap many, many crops. And that's how I see business. Until you sow that little seed, that little dream, that little things that you're thinking of about pursuing, until you start, you're not going to see the fruits.
So that's a wonderful advice, and thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much for having.
Thank you for your service, and thank you for this wonderful magazine. And it looks pretty good to me.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I hope you'll be successful in the existing venture and the new venture as you establish.
Thank you.
This is Frank Islam wishing you a great week, and thank you for watching.